human.
Just in case you missed it, it's the top 5 sports talkers of the day. Now, it's time for Dan Barrero's Top 5 at 5. Brought to you by Gutter Helmet of Minnesota. Never clean your gutters again. Learn more at gutterhelmetmn.com.
What can I say to Jonathan from Bloomington? KG isn't the type to do a big press conference. That's what made him different from Jimmy Buckets in his press conference when he gave out his cell number. It doesn't have to be that kind of press conference, man. What are you smoking here? I covered KG forever. I understand who he is. He's not incapable of doing a presser, or he's not incapable of trying to make this kind of announcement with a little bit more substance to it and effectiveness. That's all I'm saying. And eventually he probably will. And maybe they'll say, well, it's just a matter of time when that is. But this has nothing to do with, like, I'm trying to turn him into the next Jimmy Butler. It's kind of a flawed analogy that misses the point on, if this is what's coming, it's a great opportunity for the organization to maximize its effectiveness, right? The best player in team history is coming back, right? He's back in the family. That's something to milk, isn't it?
Yes, and I bet they will milk it.
Eventually.
I bet they will milk it. For the record, I wanted to start hockey, and that's what we're going to do.
Did you read the text from Gaardsy's conscience? Is that why you're doing it?
No.
Was that a late switch?
No.
Because the suggestion was you weren't going to lead with hockey. That's obviously the Faultless Burner account is Gaardsy's conscience.
Oh, is it?
Well, I'm assuming it is, yeah.
I'll have to fire up. I have not yet really learned how to do the verification code that you do.
It's not fun.
Yeah, it's fine. I did it when I was hosting a little bit, but it took a while.
Yeah,
so I haven't done it today. But I was texting with Gaardsy's conscience because I had a question for him. I just wanted to know.
What time's the pregame start?
Well, I know that. It's probably about to start in about 40 minutes. We won't carry it on the fan because we go until 6 on the Wild Radio Network. They'll bring it up or they'll have it. But I just wanted to confirm and make sure I knew that it was the Great Wall of St. Paul in net tonight as your red-hot Minnesota Wild hit the road now after a great homestand where they continued their 13-game points at home streak, which I believe tied a franchise record. And they get the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight. The Blue Jackets, not very good. Just 34 points. They're buried. It is a trap game. I heard Tom Reed say it the other day on the way home. Said you gotta pay attention. You can't mess around in this game. But with Quinn Hughes, and apparently people call him Huggy. I'm going to go with Hughesy for this show.
The nickname's Huggy?
That's what somebody texted.
Why isn't it Hughesy?
And maybe it is for some. But somebody said call it or Hugsy or Hugs. I don't know.
All right.
But I'm calling him Hughesy. And
Huggy doesn't. I mean, for a grizzled hockey player, I don't think that works.
It was just one text, so
you don't know how accurate
somebody could just be making it up.
That's true.
So you'll hear the game right here on the fan. The Wild continue to play well. I mentioned the Great Wall of St. Paul is in net tonight, 8-1-0 in his last 9 starts. Your guy Carson Lambos is making his NHL debut because we're the hottest team in hockey and nobody's playing. We have like 4 players available. 7 regulars are injured as the Wild look for 6 in a row for Boudreau.
How is that possible? How do we have that many people out? Anybody else have that many people out?
I don't know.
Oh.
But we have a lot.
Can we blame the training staff? We like to do that.
That's what the Twins would do.
Yeah,
the Twins would fire the trainer.
Yeah.
Have you seen much of the Hughes era? Have you been locked in since they...
How can you not?
It's
magical already.
It's pure electricity.
Yes.
He is pure electricity. He is... I used to just watch Kaprizov every time he was on the ice and just follow him.
You lose yourself in his eyes, and now it's Hughes' eyes.
Now it's like, who do I watch? Who do I look at? Because they're both doing majestic things.
I have no argument. It's what we talked about with Louis. The entire franchise has been elevated to a place it has not been in a long time. None of that guarantees the cup, but it guarantees you're in more rarefied air from the casual sports fan that says, I got to lock into this. I got to pay attention. I want to get in on this because I don't want to suffer FOMO. This is going to become, right now, this is becoming the cool team to follow. There's no question about it.
It's fun.
And it helps that they're playing now as well as they're playing. or winning as consistently as they're winning, at least.
Viking season is continuing this Sunday against the New York Football Giants on the road. You'll also hear that right here on The Fan, as well as your iHeartRadio app. Brian O'Neill and Ryan Kelly were both back at practice today, limited in practice today. Christian Darrisaw did not participate again in practice today. Why don't we just
shut him down like we talked about last week? Why do we bother?
And here's Kevin Seifert's tweet. Christian Darrisaw.
Did you have Seifert on Tuesday?
We did.
Did you talk Darrisaw at all, or did you get other things?
What day is today? Thursday? I don't know if I can go all the way back. I barely know what happened an hour ago. Right. Christian Darrisaw said he preferred not to talk today when approached in the locker room. He said he couldn't answer a question about whether he will play again this season. That from Kevin Seifert. We did talk Darrisaw, now that you mention it.
Down. Put him out of his misery.
Because I asked Kevin something along the lines of, do we anticipate that this is going to be something they'll be dealing with next year? That'd
be scary.
And Kevin's response, and Seifert was, my understanding is that the expectation is this will not happen next year, which I think means the team's gone like, what's going on here?
Well, yeah, that's why I shut him down. And because we shut down Grenard, we shut down Tellus, right?
Josh Metellus.
I call him Tellus. I got a good vibe with him. Monster back. So, yeah, well, I mean, what's the difference at this point? Unless they are mad at him and they don't want to give him the satisfaction of shutting him down. To me, it makes all the sense in the world to shut him down.
Where did I want to go?
How about the Wolves? You're gonna now? I guess Fulness really is in charge of the top five. You aren't going to mention them?
Boy, that was a bad game last night. Did you watch that? It was
brutal.
As bad. I'm glad Finchie said it, although, like you always say, it's your team, coach.
Yeah,
if things aren't going well. And I know Bones Highland played pretty well in some stretches last night, but
not at the end. He pulled him out of the game with 3 minutes to go after he jacked up a shot from the left side.
Which one? He jacked up two.
Yeah.
He
wasn't happy with him.
I don't think the flow of the offense means Bones Highland needs to be throwing up left-wing threes from 30 feet. I'm not sure. But Nas had a weird shot. Randall was a mess.
Yeah.
It was as bad an offensive performance as I can remember.
And yet on the other side, and by the way,
Memphis was letting them hang around too.
That Memphis was without Ja.
Yep.
And Zach Edey had basically been their most valuable player the previous 3 weeks, and now he's out with it's a stress fracture, I think. So he's out for a few weeks. This sums it up. Bobby Orr's clone. T-Paw stands alone. Jock was in the zone. Wolves in 5. Who's the guy named Jock from Memphis? I never heard of him before. At 20 points.
Is that the guy with the hair, but also the bald spot?
Yes.
Who was daggering corner threes?
He's just killing us.
I know.
He had 20 and 10.
I know.
Anyway.
And he hit the daggers.
It's your club.
Yeah, it was not a good watch. And the funny thing was, they actually did get Memphis to miss enough shots to steal the game.
They did.
And they could not do anything
in the
last 5 or 6 minutes.
No.
It was no good. Yeah, the Bones.
So we got Okie City Friday, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's why we let Ant take another day off, is we want to make sure he's ready for that one.
And there were some videos of him after practice today getting some extra work in. It looks like he's moving pretty well.
We got a good opponent Sunday, too. Who is it?
It's the Bucks.
It's the Bucks. Well, actually, I haven't paid attention. The Bucks, if they're up or down.
Is Giannis even playing again?
That's a good point. Giannis, I don't think he's back. You're right.
Playing.
They're not that good.
And then the NBA Cup champion New York Knicks are coming to town next Tuesday. Tell me if you agree with this.
Because it's the Cup.
Because it's the Cup. This was a late rant I had last night.
Okay.
I'm perplexed why everyone's mad that the Knicks celebrated winning the NBA Cup.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Because we complain, the way I phrased it to Blakemore, who's is not the biggest NBA guy. I said, what's the biggest complaint about the NBA? And he said load management. I said, kind of. That's a complaint, but the guys don't care.
Too cool.
And that they don't try.
Too cool. Yeah.
And they create this, and it's not organic. Of course not. Everybody on that team won $500,000. The San Antonio Spurs Davey got $200,000, I think, to be in the finals.
But to your point, the competition ended up being pretty damn good.
That's what I'm saying.
The games were very good, and you're 100% right.
That's my point.
They should be able to celebrate it. I'm with you.
And
you don't have to apologize. We know they didn't win an NBA title last night.
Right.
The thing about a banner, I don't know if you want a banner. That might be a little much.
And they're not doing one, and I don't care if they did.
But I think the fact is, this is going to be, I think in 10 years, going to be pretty big. I really do by then, because people get used to it. And it built the competition down the stretch of those games.
Yes.
was pretty damned good, including Okie City.
That's where I wanted to go.
Yeah,
and the Spurs.
And the Spurs.
Go back to the semis. That game, the Wemby stuff.
Yes, it was terrific.
The chippiness, all of it. Because I'm just people, as
we
I
can't
said,
win.
people make me laugh because they're mad about, and Barkley says the cup is stupid, and it's like, and yes, in a perfect world, the teams are always going to be locked in on December 17th on a Tuesday night, wherever they are. But we know it's not reality.
I have no problem celebrating the event and winning it.
And they're going hard.
Yes,
yeah, I like it.
No, it was.
I'm mad we can't ever get there.
That's the contradiction is that most of the time we're too cool for school. And then when people react like there is some emotion involved, it's like, oh, calm down. What did you really accomplish?
It's just the cup.
So what do you want?
Exactly. All right.
All right, we'll get to inbox at the bottom of the hour. Email Gaardsy, JG at KFAN.com. Back in a minute.
Don't just sit at home. Go see Nordo. Come catch the purple in action. Nordo will be at Gray's Food Hall. Really cool spot this Sunday, and kickoff is just after noon between Minnesota and New York. A lot of great food options, drinks, prizes every quarter. Get the details now at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar. Nordo, Gray's Food Hall this Sunday.
Afton writes, Dan, when KG does join the show sometime in the near future, please make sure Brett Blakemore is not working. KG will make Kenny Patera look like a church minister, and Blakemore will not be able to man the bleep button well enough. Save his career for stalking the ASU hockey coach. That's Alan and Afton. That's very good. Very well.
We may have to pre-record it, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
KG, though, he knows how to clean it up.
He actually does when he has to.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Right. If the Wolves would have celebrated the cup like that, Dan would have ripped them all show. I really wouldn't have. Now, if Wolves fans would have stormed the court, well, it wasn't going to be a home game anyway, right? It was in Vegas.
Right.
But I might have ripped that. No, I'm with you totally on it. I think it's... Again, there's no point in belaboring it. It's sort of been explained that there's this weird disconnect between what do you want exactly. I didn't think they acted like they won the NBA title. I thought they acted like, okay, it was a nice saga. We had a nice run.
Good game.
It was a really good game, and as you mentioned, the game that kind of set it up, the Spurs game against Oklahoma City. Again, Oklahoma City is right now one of those teams like, well, we got to see, can they possibly lose one? And so for it to happen in the tournament, I think accentuated the moment. So would I have ripped the Wolves? I really don't think I would have. I honestly don't. Now, if there were people in the organization who were acting like they'd won the title, fine. But I don't think the Knicks were acting like they won the title.
I don't think so. What if Pat Bev was there and he grabbed Anthony Edwards again and they jumped on the scorer's table?
That might be a bit much. That might be.
Which, by the way, I didn't rip him for that. I can't remember if you did or not. That was like, sadly at the time, it was like a top 5 moment in franchise history.
I might have. I'm not sure. Seeing Wolves last night, why, as a round ball guy, I've been preferring to watch the Wild. They've been remarkable, and don't forget Boldy. He's been a beast. That's from Hugo.
Big time.
Guy. No arguing with that. 100% true.
I can't even believe the power play. The power play.
Well, yeah.
They had it for 90 seconds of the first 2 minutes, and the puck was flying all over the place.
Yes.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
No clunky zone entry, no bad shots. I don't think they scored on that one. I don't know if that was a Tarasenko one or not, but it was just flying all over the place. It was majestic.
Always dangerous visiting Dean Evason's Blue Jackets. He'll be mean mugging on the bench the way only he can. And looking for revenge. I do miss that look. I do miss the Dean Evison look, don't you?
It was great.
It's just outstanding.
Did you see his line today when somebody asked him at skate around? Said,
No.
What do you see the difference with the Wild or something like that? And he said, better coaching.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Perfectly played. I thought it was going to be the other thing. Well, if they'd have given me a defenseman as good as the current coach Heinze's got, maybe I never would have been fired.
It's very, very true.
Although,
I think he did say that, actually. He said that over the weekend.
Did he?
He said something along the lines of, I wish you would have made that move while I was there. I'm pretty sure he did say that, which was great.
There's no arguing with that, I don't think. It's a good line, self-deprecating to a fault. They're not very good, though, right, the Jackets?
No, they're not. 34 points, I think I said.
I had, I assume you talked a decent amount of Twins the last couple days?
Yes.
You were on both days?
Yes, new Pohlad in town.
Yes, well, the jokes are pretty funny, actually, about it's
Kubiaks.
how many Kubiaks are there? How many? I had no idea there were this many Pohlads. Did you?
Me neither. I've never heard of Tom.
He basically almost made it sound like a palace coup. He basically said to Joe, Joe, I'm older. It's time. Get the hell out. Right?
It's almost like the whole family just streamed Succession on HBO Go.
Yes, exactly.
Because that's what this feels like. They don't know what to do.
I don't know if you had any overarching points, but mine would be simply this. The quote. There were several quotes that rubbed me the wrong way. That's not new when a Pohlad speaks. Although I guess you give this Pohlad some credit for saying we have no credibility with our fan base. That's the first Pohlad has been willing to state the obvious, even if it is obvious. But here's the I don't have the exact quote in front of me. From which Pohlad is this
is
now?
Tom.
This is Tom Pohlad.
Yep.
But it was something along the lines of, we're not going to put a lot more money into it right now. We put a lot of money into it the last few years, and that's part of the reason we're in the position we're in. To which and I think I can say this with a straight face. If I had been at the press conference, if this was a press conference, I honestly think I would have stood up and said, then why don't you sell the team? Seriously, that's what I can't countenance. I can't tolerate. You have every right to thinking you were wronged by all this money you spent when, once again, by Major League Baseball standards, the payrolls were not really that obscene. But if it's so daunting and you feel like you can't solve the Rubik's Cube because of some of the limitations you have, whether it's the TV deal, whatever the case may be, then get out. Just get out of it. That would be my comeback to them. Let's find out. Maybe the next guy or the next two guys would say, I don't feel any different than the Pohlads. There ain't no way to do this to spend money. But wouldn't it be refreshing to find out? Give somebody else a chance who might have not only deep pockets, but pockets to say, screw it. For the next 5 years, I'm spending. Even if it's not logical, I'm going to spend, and I'm going to see where this thing goes. That's the part that just made me sick. It's the old, we want to have it both ways. We want to continue to tell you why we can't spend money, but we want to still hold on to the product. Why? Why do you want to hold on to the product if it's this much of if the obstructions are as great as they seem to be? Do you know what I'm saying? I just don't understand that part.
Because they also have a relentless pursuit to win a championship. Just remember that.
I forgot about that one.
Remember that.
Relentless.
I'm looking forward to the Tom Pohlad era. Let's see.
Well,
let's see what happens.
Open mind. Well, you got to. I mean, it can't be any worse than the Joe Pohlad era, but I'm not. That quote doesn't give me
right before
much
the holidays too. They do this. I mean, you have to imagine the Pohlad Christmas is pretty nice, and now there's going to be all this tension. Although he made it seem like he didn't love it at first, but he's coming around or something. Yeah, I know. He's coming along. Like, are we sure?
I know. The whole thing seems very strange to me. It's a strange family. Let's pause. When it comes to running a baseball
I didn't tell you my idea.
No.
Because Joe has been, obviously basically kicked out of the family business. I think what he should do is he should be the Minnesota Gophers' Mark Cuban. He should be the new NIL guy for the Gophers.
Yeah, you're
just
right.
say, you know what?
There you go.
The Pohlad, PJ, what do you want? I'm sure they're neighbors.
That's a great
I'm sure
idea.
they live close. Just take some of that money, maybe some of the other cousins too, and give it to the Gophers, Dinkytown athletes. And then he can be on the sideline.
That's a great idea.
Next year for the college football playoff.
I'm guessing PJ Fleck wouldn't mind.
He would take it.
You think he'd take it?
He would love Joe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
as long as his checkbook's open, he'll love him.
PJ, JP, Joe Pohlad. I mean, it's writing itself.
Yeah, wonderful thing. Let's come back and get to the inbox. Email Gaardsy, JG at KFAN for any late entries. We will wrap things up at 6, leading into Minnesota Wild hockey. Is the tsunami ongoing right now? It's dark, so we can't see. Earlier,
it was
I'm
here in my
swirling.
box. I can't see anything.
Yeah, it's not good. Well, I'm all confused by this.
It says light snow right now. Okay. Let me hit refresh.
It's probably,
light snow and breezy.
I assume the roads are a mess, though, because it doesn't take much snow at rush hour to screw it up. All right, is it time for the inbox?
Yeah, I just got to grab the music. There we go. And here we go.
It's time for Dr. Dan's Inbox.
Did you see the Nick Saban comments about James Madison?
Yeah, and I don't like him.
I'll pass it along to folks who have not seen it. Saban says James Madison getting into the college football playoff over Notre Dame is the equivalent of a AAA baseball team qualifying from the MLB playoffs. He was on, is that the McAnally show? What's his name?
Pat McAfee.
McAfee?
Yep.
Why is it McAnally for me? I always think McAnally. McAfee, who's like smirking the whole time. He is saying it. You do not approve of the Saban savagery?
No.
Well, it's not the 12 best teams. You'll grant that.
Which is fine. I don't think it needs to be.
But should it be? How do they get there again? I forgot.
It has to do with being one of the highest ranked Power Fours or non-Power Fours.
Gotcha.
And conference champion, the whole deal. I don't have any problem with it. It's okay. We're asking all these schools to pay their players and invest and pay all this money.
I didn't want Alabama in. That was my issue.
No, and same with Tulane. There's a lot of bitterness in Tulane's in there. It's like, it's okay. Not every game has to be epic. Not every game, has to be a battle of blue blood heavyweights. And it bothers me. It does bother me that we think that the playoff has to be this elite of. There's plenty of SEC teams in there, right? There's plenty of Big Ten teams in there. There's plenty of quote-unquote power teams in there. It's okay to let the little guy in there to have a crack.
When do you have to go to Phoenix?
I'm leaving Monday.
Monday, okay. All right.
Yep,
and the game is the 26th?
The game is, Thursday or Friday.
Wow, so you have to go that early?
I don't have to go that early.
You are going that. Oh, I see. You're turning it into
It's a Christmas. It's a family Christmas.
Ah, okay. You got to figure it out.
It's the entire Gaardsy crew.
Okay.
Hopefully none of them are listening in the car right now because it's supposed to be a surprise.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't have said that.
Well, but I didn't want to be cagey with you.
Oh, well, but you could have been a little cagey.
Because you pull the thread.
Well, no, but I wasn't. I really wasn't thinking that. I was just thinking, the timing's not great because it's the day after Christmas and it might affect everything. But
the team's going Sunday, I believe.
Gotcha.
Sunday afternoon.
All right, letter number 1.
Dear Dr. Dan, this is a good one because I had to think about this for a second. I hope all of this wasn't my fault. It was all fun and games when I brought my show to town for the Super Bowl a few years ago. Since your Vikings weren't able to make it to the big game, I thought I would do your state a favor, bring a few laughs from New York. In order for me to do that, I needed to take advantage of your state's snowbait program and the $267,000 that went with it. I had heard about Minnesota Nice, and lately it sounds like a lot of people have been finding out how Minnesota Nice and generous your state can be. When I was there, I opened my show by saying, hold on to your tater tots, but the $267,000 I got may as well be tater tots compared to some of the latest funds being handed out. Looks like the state is providing the laughs now. Sincerely, Jay Fallon.
That's pretty good. So what Jay Fallon is admitting is he was one of the original fraud tourists.
He may have been.
He may well have been a fraud tourist, is what he's.
Because we did have to give it. Remember that program to bring the arts here?
Think about, and it was controversial. Think about it in this context. How much was it?
$267,000. $267,000.
Not $267 million.
Nope.
$267,000, and now we say $267,000. That's like tip money in feeding our future, or autism, or what's the latest one? Medicaid. It goes on and on and on. That's chump change. Wow, how times have changed.
Times.
They were
simpler times.
Definitely simpler times for sure. That's a good one. That is a very deep cut.
It's time for Dr. Dan's Inbox.
Dear Dr. Dan, how about that wild hockey team? Stanley Cup champ, Western Conference champ. Oh, wait, it's the regular season. It's December, and they still haven't won anything yet. We'll see how M. Boldy, K. Kaprizov, Q. Hughes, and Jay Volstad do in the playoffs if they make it. Sincerely, Jay Krasinski and Jay Frederick.
How much do you think there's a little deep down secretly there is a little envy and jealousy right now? Because, Louis said it right. I mean, if you go back to the Rudy trade, you can go back to last year before training camp, the Cat trade. The Wolves were the cat's meow, no pun intended.
Yes.
Right? It was all the casual, big, big swings from Tim Conley. Now it's the hockey team taking a big swing, and I think they feel a little bit left out. I don't think Johnny has it in him to do an oral history on this particular trade. Do you think?
And even if you wanted to, Russo wouldn't let him. That's
a good
the
point.
thing.
That's very
Russo
true.
Are you serious?
He's already probably done
I'm Mike
that.
Russo.
Yeah, he has. Well, he and I know Joe Smith did one. I think they did a co-byline one.
Yes.
Very true.
But Jay Frederick is on there. He joined me yesterday, and I said that. I go, what's Tim Conley's move? And Jay, first of all, said, well, are you sure the Wild aren't responding to what the Wolves did? Which is... factual because they did make the two big swings.
Yeah.
But then he had to do and if they make the Western Conference Finals back-to-back years, let's get back to us. And I even said,
man,
I thought is this Monday and Johnny Athletics on the show? It was crazy.
All these basketball guys, I didn't realize
they're defensive.
They're incredibly defensive. That's what hockey people usually are.
It is interesting.
Yeah, it's turning a little bit. Well, it didn't help, like you said, last night. The performance last night was bad.
No. Like Kevin Garnett's back.
That's it.
What he's doing, we're not exactly sure.
That's right.
When his jersey's being retired, we don't know that either.
No clue.
But we can do the Instagram post now, which is good. And I'm excited about that.
We're still supposed to get A-Rod and Lori in studio sometime.
Is that right?
That's what my sources say, but I keep waiting. It'll obviously have to be after Christmas now.
Dear Dr. Dan, in my tireless effort to create one Minnesota, it turns out that perhaps $1 or $2 has gone missing. While sipping a Diet Dew this morning, I learned that M. Lindell is trying to unseat me as governor over my svelte jogger's body. Here's the real question, Dr. Dan. Would you rather have my leadership or my pillow? T. Walls.
You wouldn't think T. Walls would have time to do this sort of thing right now. You'd think he'd be a little bit on the busy side, but
he's got people.
Well, nobody, in all honesty, thinks the pillow guy is going to get the nomination. Is he running a Republican or is it an independent?
I think it's Republican. Kessler yesterday.
What did he say?
Said he's got big inroads with a lot of Republicans right now.
And who else is in the?
I can't remember.
I can't remember all the names.
I see two of the faces.
No,
there's a man and a woman, right?
Who was the Royce White? But he's talking about Senate, right? Is it Royce White?
Who knows?
For Senate, I think. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, whatever.
Again. Yeah. Michelle Tafoya considering a Senate
limo,
thing.
apparently.
It seems like,
that seems to be garnering some momentum, correct?
It's time for Dr. Dan's Inbox.
Oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day.
Dear Dr. Dan, everyone is singing my praises for the Q Hughes trade, and that's nice. But it's my other recent genius move I'm even more proud of. Becoming an owner of the soon-to-be fourth-place finishers of the revered American League Central, the M Twins. Here's why it's genius. While the M Wild are constantly criticized for not getting out of the first round of the playoffs, as owner of the Twins, I'll never have to hear that criticism again. Making high-pressure trades? No worries. Signing off on a multi-million-dollar contract for someone? Insert laughing emoji here. It's the best gig in town, Dr. Dan. The only pressure involved, how can we keep milking the 87 and 91 World Championship teams? Sincerely, C. Leopold.
Wow. Well, somebody texted this earlier that, I think, Louis had also said when we talked to him that now people are talking about, forget getting out of the first round, they have the Wild making the cup title round, the championship round, the finals. What's the minimum since the big trade? Now that we made the big trade, what's the minimum? The minimum is you have to get out of round one.
Yeah.
Do you have to get out of two? Do you have to get...
I don't know, because there's...
Hockey's weird.
Well, and it's still the Central.
Yeah.
I think we need to remember also...
Yeah, that's true.
...the teams that they're still chasing.
Yeah.
I know they've beaten both of them in the last 2 weeks, Dallas and Colorado, but those teams aren't going anywhere.
You got to get out of round one somehow, some way.
Somehow, some way.
Massive.
Yeah.
Because that's when you make the big swing, it's a lot of fun, and I applaud it, but then it does raise the stakes. It's inevitable. It's got to raise the stakes. So somehow, some way, you got to find a way, at least, to get out of round one.
All right, where do I want to go? We got a lot from...
You're getting ripped as being you're on the college football playoff typical woke/liberal take by Gaardsy. What does that mean? That's woke?
Probably that.
That you didn't want.
I'm a college football socialist,
so you didn't want
everybody.
Blue blood. Yeah,
there's plenty of blue bloods. Alabama's playing Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I think tomorrow night.
I think
in the 8-9.
I think my Hoosiers might be in trouble.
Why?
Oh, they lost their second best defensive player. The guy. I mean, it's over for him.
That's not great.
It's not helpful.
It does take some luck, but Sig will figure it out. They've got the bye, right,
Yeah, that's
before they
true.
go out to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, it's hard to believe they're going to be playing in the Rose Bowl.
I still think you should go out.
I know you do. Well, we'll see.
This one won't get any text.
All right, go ahead.
Dear Dr. Dan, I shouldn't do this with 10 minutes left in the show, but what the hell?
All right.
It was so great to hear you complain about T. Walls and the Democrats not taking responsibility for things going wrong under their watch. That's the only way to get reelected to any position of power. That's been the foundation of any success that I've had. D. Trump.
Yeah. Well, it's a dangerous bomb you drop because I'm getting ripped by a lot of the righties for even attempting to bring Trump into this conversation. So I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't. There's absolutely some truth to what he's saying. Although I haven't seen what are the current Walls. Who's got lower approval numbers in the state of Minnesota? Walls as governor or Trump as president? I got to believe in Minnesota, it's Trump as president. But nationally,
right.
Trump's approval numbers are in the 30s. Aren't they like the low 30s now?
Yes, and he's...
And here's the thing. Indiana Republicans basically said bleep you to him. I don't know if you guys talked about that with Kessler, but the plan in Indiana was we're going to, what's the term for it? Reconfigure, that's not the term for it.
Yeah, redistrict, or
whatever
redraw
it is.
the district maps, yeah.
And there were enough Indiana state Republicans who said, we ain't doing it. And that's pretty impressive. I mean, right now, in all honesty, Indiana should be considered heroic nationally. One, for standing up to Trump in that case. And two, they got the best football story in all of college football this year at IU.
And if Kevin Warren is to believe,
we're headed to Gary.
They're about to get the Chicago Bears football stadium. What do you think about that?
I'll tell you something. It's not crazy. We can do a deep dive on it maybe tomorrow. A lot of people think it's absolute posturing. I'm not discounting that possibility. But I'm here to tell you, and I don't know if people understand it, the Bears playing in Northwest Indiana is not all that different than the New York Giants playing in Jersey. It really isn't.
Or the Patriots playing in Foxborough.
It really isn't. And Indiana might be more willing to play ball because it would be such a dramatic story and departure. Are you kidding me? Indiana, the region, Northwest Indiana, which is really more... Northwest Indiana is a lot less Indiana and a lot more Chicago, to be honest with you, anyway. It's like a whole different part of the state. In fact, the rest of Indiana, I'm not even sure, likes the region, which might be the problem politically. Do you get enough votes to get all of the money that you want, that obviously Kevin Warren wants, to even consider making such a dramatic move?
I've driven by the Gary Railcats Stadium on that interstate a lot. I think they're an independent baseball team.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful ballpark.
See, I've never even seen it. I hear it's pretty.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, it looked nice.
Right off the interstate, the Railcats.
Yeah,
what a great name, too.
It's a great name. Yeah, that's true.
It's a great name. So we'll see. All right, let's do this one.
It's time for Dr. Dan's
Might do a series of kind of quickies here.
All right, that's fine.
Letters. Oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day.
Dear Dr. Dan, I just want to say something to all those people who claim that I was born and raised on third base and never had to work for anything in my life. I am technically not on any base right now after my brother decided to pinch run for me and take over what I had. I guess I'll go wander around in the woods where we replanted those spruce trees in center field. It's not all easy street in my life, Dr. Dan. J. Pohlad.
Well, this isn't the time for it because Dr. Dan's inbox is supposed to be relatively light. But I got to tell you something. And I'm glad, actually, my memory is now jogged. Wall Street Journal had a terrific op-ed piece about the Rob Reiner tragedy and about the life that his son, now obviously facing murder charges, led. And it's easy to play the game of, well, what do they have? What do folks like that have to complain about? He's built. He's born into privilege, just like Rob Reiner was born into privilege with his dad Carl. And so no one ever wants to hear about the problems of individuals who have all those advantages. But the story lays out beautifully how there is often more to the story. And whether people want to admit it or not or accept it or not, there often are trials and tribulations associated with being born into that kind of notoriety.
For sure.
That are undeniable. I'm going to bring it in tomorrow and quote from it more directly because it had a lot of good stuff. But it probably isn't worthy of, probably a little too heavy for the
Dr.
inbox.
Dan's inbox?
I just, like I said, Dr. Dan admits it. He doesn't really want to think about any Pohlads anymore. I don't. I don't. I mean, I just wish they would go away and do whatever else they want to do. And it's no offense. It's like I'm not, demanding it or anything. Well, I guess I kind of am. But it just, I'm weary of all of the trials and tribulations and all of the permutations and the stops and the starts. And now we got another Pohlad kid in there, and he's going to be different or he's not going to be different. And here's why we're doing it the way we're doing it. The only thing that could upset the apple cart would be and he won't do it, if Buxton were to say, there were rumors that I might be willing to waive my no trade clause, and you're assuming I no longer am interested in waiving that trade clause because you're saying you're not going to make any more trades, but you're also saying you're really not going to make that many additions. Get me out of here. That's the only hope we have. But even then, I don't think the Pohlads would have the decency to sell.
It's time for Dr. Dan's.
Tom says he's go big or go home guy. Go big or go home.
Did he really say that?
He did.
I don't remember if I saw that quote.
Only time will tell.
Go big or go home.
That's what he says. But now maybe not this year.
What year?
I'm not sure. Undetermined. Same year that KG's jersey is going to be retired. We're not sure. Dear Dr. Dan, here's a couple more quickies.
Give somebody else a chance. They were never going to sell the damn team.
I really enjoyed listening to your conversation with El Nanny today, especially when he was talking about how great B. Orr was, specifically at how great a skater he was and how great he was at avoiding checks. I'm an 11-year NHL player, and I also know someone who is great at avoiding checks. M. Rosen. That from the Manny's booth, and M. Parrish.
Yeah. Well, there was an abbreviated version of that one texted in earlier, so I kind of knew
you saw where that was going.
That one was coming.
Did you know where this one was coming?
No, I don't think so.
Or did you want to respond?
I was just going to say, I mean, Louie and I have had this discussion forever. Most hockey historians believe that the two greatest hockey players ever are Bobby Orr and Wayne Gretzky. I happen to agree with that. But I will tell you that I think if you forced me, I mean, I'd live with the guy, getting the second guy. But if you forced me to pick, I think I would pick Bobby Orr. I don't even think the kids realize how good Bobby Orr was. My God, what a magnificent player. And, an unstoppable scorer as a defenseman. Not to mention being a great defenseman. There was nobody like Bobby Orr ever.
It's time for Dr. Dan's Inbox.
Letters. Oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day.
Dear Dr. Dan, you know what? I'm not going into the shenanigans about my chili being hot, but I can assure you my meatballs are succulent. That from B. Guerin.
Oh, God. I forgot to ask Louie. I don't think Louie is much of a cook.
No.
He likes good food.
He does.
But I don't think he's as much of a cook as Billy Guerin seems to be. Not that we'll ever find out.
You weren't invited to the party when you talked about it on Sunday?
No, not really. No, I didn't. I guess I could have been frontal and tried to invite myself, but I thought that was a little gauche.
Guerin actually, I think, would be like, yeah.
Yeah, he would.
He
probably wouldn't care.
Come by.
It sounds like it's going to be a heck of a soiree.
Well, he's been cooking for a month. He's been making meatballs for 6 weeks.
Didn't he say? I'm trying to remember. I thought he said they had is 60 pounds of meatballs ridiculous? Maybe
That's
it was
a lot.
16 pounds.
No, that's a lot.
Whatever it was, he was working on it when the trade came through, and then he was still working on it Sunday when he was talking to us.
It's got to be 60. Because,
60?
yeah, 16.
16's not enough?
Well, not for like multiple days like that. When was the party? Was it this week?
No, it hasn't happened yet.
So that's where I think.
It's like right before Christmas, I think.
Yeah.
Which is coming up.
It is right around the corner.
That's true.
Last one. Dear Dr. Dan, my brother told me we needed to right-size the family. How's that for irony, Jay Pohlad?
I hope somebody like Laval does the backstory on, like I said, the Palace coup, because it definitely, based on the quote, sounds like Joe was not all in on this and was pretty much told, Joe, go to the back of the line. You've had your moment. We're done with you.
Yeah.
Even though the quote was also, well, he came along after a while.
That was really funny.
It was very, it felt like there might have been some uncomfortable,
I think he said it, yeah.
moments at the dinner table. And I'm assuming it's one of those dinner tables where
huge,
like one end is like 4 miles from the other.
Yep.
And everything's fancy and everything's got, you got the formal stuff and so forth.
And do the other siblings and cousins have to choose sides? I mean, I'm serious.
Yeah.
This is like Succession.
It's very strange.
It's like Succession.
All right. Want to thank Sean Salisbury, who joined at 3:30, Luigi at 4. Inbox was opened just this final segment of this show. A lot of ranting early on the latest Land of 10,000 Scandals scandal as offered up by the U.S. Attorney. Once again, that was between 3 and 3:30 today. And I managed to annoy both Sharks and Jets along the way, somehow, some way. It's a skill. It's an art, I guess. Tomorrow is Friday, so it's be Friday Football Beast, correct?
Yeah.
I haven't talked much Vikings Giants. Have you? I'm having a hard time getting into this game, to be perfectly frank.
Exactly right. There's a lot of other stuff going.
And there's a lot of other stuff going as well. Assume the regulars, Lavelle and Ben Gessling, will join too. Enjoy hockey tonight right here on the Fan. That is coming up immediately after a very brief pause. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 3.
But you know what?